Your arsenal in Fallout New Vegas will evolve greatly over the course of any playthrough. Your single shotgun might evolve into a hunting shotgun, or you'll replace your varmint rifle with a trail carbine. One of the first weapons you might receive is a 9mm pistol. It doesn't pack much of a punch, nor does it excel in longer ranged combat. What it does have though is abundance. Pistols and ammo will be found in spades, and repairs will be very cheap for them. So the challenge I'm tackling today should be pretty obvious. The only weapon I'm allowing myself to use is the basic 9mm pistol. With that out of the way, let's begin. I wake up in Doc Mitchell's house and pick a unique and legally distinct name. Following this theme, I make a completely original looking character. I put a 9 in luck and agility, and plan to max them out with implants. I maxed out my intelligence since I wasn't going to bother getting a third implant. I put a second point in strength to meet the requirements for the pistol, and I divvy up the rest of the points in my perception and endurance. And charisma is just happy to be here. I take the doctor's quiz and tag guns, repair, and science. For traits, I take built to destroy and trigger discipline, the latter of which was a surprisingly good choice, since I didn't really feel much of a difference in the rate of fire with the 9mm pistol. Exiting Doc Mitchell's house, I go to Chet's to sell what I don't need and buy some stim packs and ammo. I go to the saloon and repair the radio for Trudy. I speak with Joe Cobb because I felt like helping the Powder Gangers take over Goodsprings for a change. So I head up to the gas station and turn Ringo into Swiss cheese. I return to Joe Cobb and don't bother going to extort the townsfolk. Instead, I just go into town and start blasting.
You like that?
I speak with Cobb one last time to complete the quest and to reach level 2. I put the points into guns and take the rapid reload perk. Before leaving Goodsprings, I sell back the things I collected from the townsfolk back to Chet. Which feels really messed up in retrospect. Instead of going to Prim, I make my way to the NCR Correctional Facility. I speak with Eddie to give him a hand. The first task I was given was to deal with Chavez. Instead of going straight to Chavez, though, I made a stop at Hidden Valley to mark it on the map for later. And then I made my way towards Chavez's camp.
Never gets old when You just walked into the wrong camp, my friend. Hand over everything you've got and we might let you live. Get him! I'm hit!
It wasn't a problem. The next thing I needed to do was speak with this merchant near Gene Skydiving.
Well, you see, Fuck. I'm really a bounty hunter trying to catch some powder gangers.
Oh, never mind. I convince him to leave before he gets himself killed. I return to Eddie, and now I'm tasked with finding out if the NCR plans on attacking the prison. I go straight to Lieutenant Hayes and ask him. Unsurprisingly, he offers me nothing. So, he's a good soldier at least. So instead, I bribe Johnson Nash, and he's much more willing to let me in on what he knows. While I was in Prim, I also visited a hotel to deal with the convicts. And I free Deputy Beagle. I also promote Prim Slim as the Sheriff of Prim. Doing so lets me reach level 3, and I split the points between guns and science. Returning to Eddie, I complete the Powder Gangers quest line, and I reach level 4. I increase my science to 60 and put the rest of the points in the guns. For my perk, I take Run and Gun. The NCR's attack on the correctional facility gives me the opportunity to test out my damage against NCR troopers. My damage isn't half bad. They all go down in 10 shots or so. I do also get killed a couple times here, but that was mostly due to my own mistakes. I was hoping, though, that as I up my gun skill and increase my crit chance, the number of shots I would need would go down. I make my way up to Mojave Outpost, and luckily the NCR was generous enough not to shoot me on sight for killing a bunch of their own soldiers. I speak with Ranger Ghost and Ranger Jackson that pick up their quests. I go down to the highway to deal with the ants for Ranger Jackson, and on my way to Nipton, I kill the Jackal gang members on the road and reach level 5, where I put the points into my guns, bringing it up to 82. I arrive in Nipton, give painkillers to boxcars, and scree to free the captured powder gangers. Before dealing with the Legion, I return to Mojave Outpost to turn in the quest with the Rangers. Now I return to Nipton to deal with the Legion.
You pay for that!
On my way to Novak, I'm attacked by Vipers and Legion assassins. Vipers weren't an issue, but the Centurion assassin took a decent amount of punishment before going down, given that he's wearing much heavier armor, which will be an issue I face as I get into more toughly armored enemies. On the upside, I reach level 6 and put the points in the guns, and for my perk, I take Gunslinger. I free the captured powder gangers for boxcars and sell what I don't need to Cliff and Novak. With my 60 science, I fast travel back to Hidden Valley and deal with some rad scorpions on my way up Black Mountain. I go through the door through this gate and repair Rhonda for Tabitha to complete Crazy Crazy Crazy. Doing so, I reach level 7, max out my guns, and put the other points in the medicine. I fast travel back to Novak and head to Boulder City to help the NCR.
Hello. This is hopeless!
I'm pretty sure that was a war crime, but who cares? I free the 2 soldiers and head into the building to deal with Jessup. I reach level 8 and put the points into repair and medicine and take quick draw. Leaving Boulder City, I make my way up to the 188 trading post and buy some ammo and weapon mods from Alexander. I do the same with the gun runners. Entering Freeside, I deal with the locals and feed a starving kid. I head onto the strip and into the tops, but I hold off on killing Benny for now. Instead, I go upstairs and speak with Tommy Torini and help him get performers for his show. I speak with Billy Knight, Bruce Isaac, the Lonesome Drifter, and Hadrian to give them Tommy's business card, and then I return to the man himself to complete the quest. I reach level 9 and put the points in the sneak for some reason, and the rest go into medicine. And now I take out the chairman and Benny. I reach level 10, put more points in the medicine, and take finesse. I also briefly debated on using Maria since I thought it was just a regular 9mm pistol, but it does do a decent amount of extra damage, so I used it for a little bit, but ended up deciding I wouldn't use it. Leaving the casino, I'm approached by Ilario, who resets my standing with the Legion. I'm mentioning this because even though I've been helping the NCR all this time, I suddenly decided I felt like siding with the Legion now. I head into the Lucky 38 and go down to House's basement to Swiss cheese him. I also stop by the Mojave Outpost and 188 Trading Post to get some more ammo. And now I felt like making my way to meet Caesar and start their quest line.
Our way, true to Kaiser.
I arrive in Cottonwood Cove and take the ferry up to the fort. I speak with Caesar, who wants me to destroy the generators in House's Securitron bunker. I reach level 11 while I'm down here and put the points in the medicine. I destroy the generators and return to Caesar, who now wants me to go visit the boomers. Instead of doing that, I go to Vault 19 to help the convicts there. I speak with Samuel Cook and go down to the lower levels of the vault to clear out the fire geckos that live there. I reach level 12 and max out my medicine and take the Living Anatomy perk. I return to Samuel Cook, who wants me to offer an alliance to the Great Khans. So I head to Red Rock and get Papa Khan to agree and complete the quest. On my way to Nellis, I kill Jarvan Afai. There's really no point in mentioning this, I didn't even bother killing the other 2 fiends. So I kinda just wasted my own time. And ammo. Now that I've arrived up north, I make it through the Boomers' artillery barrage first try. Second try. I speak with Pearl and I agree that I'd help the rest of the Boomers out. My first stop was going to speak with Argyle to help with the injured Boomers. Doing so lets me reach level 13 and put the points into repair, increasing it to 65. Next, I listen to Pete's PowerPoint presentation while looking at my phone. Afterwards, I speak with Loyal to repair the solar panels, which I can do right away since I have the required skill to fix them without the spare parts. I return to Loyal to turn in his quest and pick up the sonic emitter. I use the sonic emitter to fry the ant's brains and speak with Raquel to complete that quest. My next task is to go raise the bomber from the lake, so I speak to Jack to get the rebreather since my science skill was high enough to get it. I head into the lake, attach the ballasts, and return to the shore. I return to the Boomers to complete their quest, and then head back to Caesar, who wants me to recruit the White Gloves. Both Marjorie and Mortimer say no, and I didn't feel like talking with them for any longer, so I just return to Caesar and let him know they won't join him. I fail the mission successfully and still get rewarded with a level. For the level, I put the points into science, and I take Math Wrath for my perk. Next chore is to destroy the Brotherhood. I get a bomb put around my neck, kill Ranger Dobson, steal the 3 key cards, and start the bunker's self-destruct. I return to the fort and speak with Caesar.
All right, let's state the obvious. There's something wrong with me.
He has cancer. But I am an uncertified doctor who can remove his tumor. Maybe. I go to the New Vegas Medical Clinic to buy some surgical equipment, and return to the fort. Lucius doesn't seem too concerned with Caesar's condition and would rather have me fix a howitzer. I head to Caesar's bed to perform the surgery.
I thank you for saving my life. You're a warrior and a healer. A rare combination.
He has surprisingly quick recovery for someone who was practically a vegetable 5 seconds ago, but that won't stop him from telling me to go assassinate President Kimball. I'll never turn down the opportunity to assassinate someone, though. I do collect that howitzer part before going, though. I meet with Cato near Hoover Dam. He gives me a rundown on the president's visit, as well as an NCR disguise. I managed to get into the crowd without issue, and waited for the president to start his speech.
Thank you, my fellow Californians, who have come so far to answer the call to service put forth by the Republic. It is for you that I have come here, and it is because of you that I am able to do so. We enjoy...
What was that?
Yeah, the second attempt didn't go much better either. So instead of standing in the middle of multiple well-armed NCR troops, I waited up by where the president would exit the dam from, and was able to kill him and run away before I got killed.
You dispatched President Kimball with real skill.
I disagree, but I won't refuse a compliment. With that finished, I was able to begin the assault on Hoover Dam, but before that, I made one last stop at the New Vegas Medical Clinic. Oh, and at some point I did buy the luck and agility implants, but I wasn't able to find the footage of it, so, trust me. I begin the battle by entering the Laggots camp, and hearing some of the most badass dialogue in Fallout.
You are the courier Lord Caesar has spoken of. The slaughter begins then. My orders were to await the coming of a messenger. You are messenger and message both, it would seem.
Listening to this unit lets me reach level 16. Yes, I skipped 15, I have no clue when it happened. The points go wherever, since it wouldn't really matter, and I take Bloody Mess for that extra damage. I fight the basic troopers on the side of the dam. A few well-placed headshots would put them down without a problem. The Boomers were a little more effective, though. I let the sewer Centurions in and head up to the main part of the dam. The Rangers here were quite tough and took quite a few mags each to take down. The NCR heavies were even more tanky. Who would have guessed it? Trying to fight them got annoying, but something I had noticed was that the troopers wouldn't follow me outside, so I was hoping I'd be able to just run past them, and luckily enough, I was. On the inside, I deal with more troops and even take out a veteran ranger without issue, so I was feeling pretty confident. I also took the ranger's armor. Doing so made me briefly forget whose side I was on.
I'm hit!
I finally make it to General Oliver, who sends his lackeys in to kill me. I pull an Uno reverse and kill them instead. I head upstairs to deal with the two Rangers. I briefly forget that one of them had an anti-material rifle, and I am indeed made of material. Second time round, I kept dodging and weaving between the cubicles while I whittled down the second ranger's health. Luckily enough, though, I managed to kill the ranger with the rifle without even firing a shot. Oh, what the fuck? This is bullshit. Just to put things into perspective, each death usually could be setting me back by a couple minutes each, especially if I managed to get pretty far in. So anyways, here's a montage of me getting killed over and over again. Help. Actually, I'm going to interrupt this now just to show you this. I tried to disarm one of the one with the anti-material rifle, but it turns out he just has more up his ass anyways.
Had enough?
Back to the flashbangs. On this attempt, I decided I'd try the same thing I did with the heavies and was just going to run past the Rangers. Surprisingly, it worked, and now I was able to delete General Oliver. But luckily for me, I had to kill all 6 of his heavies that were there to poorly protect him. If I could scream, I would. But it was gonna be fine, since I had plenty of ammo to spare. So long as I could keep my health topped up, I wasn't gonna have any issues. Unless, like, my gun broke or something, but what are the odds of that happening? Fuck. This is fine. I'm fine. I've just gotta load back to like a few hours ago, buy a couple spare pistols, some spare ammo, then speak with fucking Kratos, kill more NCR troops in the dam, and here we are, back with General Olive Garden. I kill his lackeys, go up to the second floor. I'm not even mad anymore. And I kill him. I just need to trail the heavies and not have the Rangers come upstairs to check out the commotion. Oh, look who it is! Reload back, and I finally get some help from the useless Legion soldiers who kill the 2 Rangers for me. I go upstairs, and I'm just gonna play the entirety of this fight sped up for all of our sakes. I go downstairs and speak with the Laggett, finishing the game and successfully beating Fallout New Vegas with only a 9mm pistol. I want to go to sleep or something. I filmed this entire run in a single day, which sounds kinda sad when I say it aloud. The run itself was nowhere near as difficult as the previous 2, but it was still just as, if not more tedious. Especially struggling on one section and then needing to reload back due to my own poor preparation. Nonetheless, I still had fun, but the next video will probably be something a little easier and funner for myself. But anyways, with everything said and done, I thank you for watching to the end, and if you enjoyed the video, I'd be grateful if you considered liking and subscribing. I hope you all have a good week.